Alright, so working on this John Deere 740, belongs to our church. Got a problem, it runs about an hour, then it starts to die out. It'll start right back up, but after it starts doing it, it does it about every 2 or 3 minutes. If you let it cool off, sit for a while, you can get another hour out of it. Things I've changed already is right here. Fuel shut off. It's electric. So I guess those can get weak, which makes sense. And shut them down. So I replaced it. That didn't fix it. Also, put a new fuel filter on it, which is right there. These tractors, the hood come off real easy. You just unplug the headlights and it lifts up off of them to give you access to that. And the filter was horribly dirty, so I thought we was going the right direction there, but still wouldn't run. Did the same thing. So now I found another video where a guy had taken the fenders off, got to the fuel tank, and his was a gas. I don't remember the model number it was, but it was a gas engine. And the fuel pump hose between the pump and the sending unit had deteriorated, and I think that fixed his problem after he replaced that. I think actually when he pulled it out, the fuel pump wasn't even up in the hose at all, so surprisingly his was running. But I read online where another person was having a problem with a 740 just like this one, and his pickup in the fuel tank was dirty and was sucking shut. I guess it would get enough debris on it that it would starve out, but as soon as the motor would die, that stuff would fall away from the pickup and then it would start right back up, which is exactly what this one's doing. So I'm going to pull the fenders, the rear fenders, seat, and all that stuff off of this so we can get to that sending unit and pull it out and take a look at it. Already pulled this clip out. This bolts up into this handle and it kind of tucks under the fuel tank there. That's just the beginning of the process to get these fenders off. There's some bolts down there that go into the floorboards we're gonna have to pull out, and there's some wiring for the tail lights that on the other guy's mower they plugged in somewhere up in that area, so I had to get that out. A couple more bolts on this side. So I'm gonna get some tools together. We'll see if we can get the seat off and see what we find in there. Normally this would be plugged into there, but that's might be bypassed. .13mm. These here are 10mm. There's a seat bracket. I think it has to come off. I don't know. If you're ever in doubt, just take every single bolt you can see out and put half of them back in later. Yeah, these things are horrible at getting froze up. They get a bunch of dirt up in the tracks. You can't hardly move the seat. And these bolts aren't quite out from underneath this bracket. So, we'll give her some love. Not quite. Time to oil that up now. Okay, that wiring plug I was talking about is right here. See if we can't pinch our finger or stab it or something. Trying to get that apart. Oh, not too bad. That's supposed to disconnect all the lights, everything on there, so we should be able to try to fight it up off here now. Uh-oh. Broken light bulb down there. The other guy fought this getting out of that corner too. Oops. Looks like we got all kinds of good stuff growing here. And here's what we're after. Sending unit. I guess it's just a fuel pickup. Actual gauge pickups over here. So this is going to be just a fuel pickup. We'll clean this off, take that out, and see what we find. I don't think these things work right unless you shake them real fast. It's just like a hair dryer when you're drying your hair. You gotta shake it real fast or it don't work. That is a lot of crap. Look at that. And that probably should not slide off that easy. That's exactly what the other guy said was happening. My gosh, look at the junk on that. That thing was just full of crap. And we cleaned it out, blew it out with air, brake cleaner, carb cleaner, whatever I could find laying around other than truck bed liner. I didn't figure it would clean too well, so anyway, we'll put this together with the gasket. Mind you, I did not even loosen that clamp. I'm assuming this is supposed to be turned in another direction since I didn't really pay attention. This is a return from the engine. This is a suction. So I'm probably out of frame here, but all I'm doing is tightening this hose clamp up a little bit. And throw some tools on the floor, so that's where they go. I'm gonna get a rag, wipe this off. Okay. How convenient. Every hole's in a different spot. But we got a hole here and a hole here that there was no bolt. So this gasket's got a couple little dimples. You can see where it was. And that's the ticket right there. These are, I believe, 4mm. This is a surefire way of cross-threading things. Just like that. There we go. Should probably always start your bolts by hand. What you do is twist them off, and then back them up a quarter of a turn. That's tight enough. That's your taillight wiring. Where I broke the bulb. Always cut them off. One of my former bosses always told me to do that. Makes it look a little neater. This is our seat safety switch. Yeah, if you fall off, this sucker will just keep on mowing right over you. That's how we like it. Okay, that's what was hanging up was that taillight socket that I stuck back in there that I pulled out the first time. Should have left it out. So, there we go. It's sitting somewhat where it's supposed to be. Taillight socket just push in and turn. I'll have to get a bulb for it, obviously. Plug these in. Kind of plug by feel. There's that. Put the fuel cap so no cats and dogs climb in there. See, we got one tail light. Backup lights are working. Whatever you want to call them. That tail light's the one that broke. Don't do that. Or you can just buy a new bulb. This is another See by Touch deal. That would have been easier when it laying on the floor and I could get to that. We did. $10mm. I don't know why I'm putting this up here, but whatever. Alright, well, it runs. So hopefully somebody finds this useful. I'll have to give you an update on after I run it a while and see if that takes care of the problem. Yesterday when I took off mowing, it ran exactly an hour on the hour meter before it started dying. So we'll take it out next week and mow with it. It takes about 3 hours to mow what I mow out there. And so we'll know, an hour and a half into it if we got the problem solved. Hopefully we do. I know that looked like crap, that pickup, and the fuel filter looked about the same way. Probably wouldn't hurt sometime to drain the tank on the thing, but that's a whole nother ball game. So, anywho, have a good day.